Okay, I'm back, and hey, ooh, bad light. That's better. I'm going to roll out the pasta with a rolling pin, and then, then I'm going to cut it by hand, assuming that you don't have a pasta machine. But then I'm also going to use the pasta machine, so you can see it both ways. And excuse me, never done it. Let's have fun. Okay, here we go. Okay, you can see my pasta ball. So I'm going to flatten it now. And I'll be honest, I did not wait 30 minutes, so you can factor that into whether you did or not, and we'll learn together. I'm getting her flat, sort of like when I do a pizza, kind of stretching it, turning it, pinching it, stretching it, pulling on it, pinching, pulling, pinching, turning. So, all right, let's see what happens here. Rolling. Rolling, keep the pasta rolling, rawhide, way across the river, down that funky river. I'm sorry that I'm singing, but you know what? I just don't care. I'm gonna have fun. And if you're not having fun, then I'm so sorry. But if you are, cool. I don't know why I'm doing this. I really seem to keep going on flattening this thing out. Because the one attachment I can't find to that little pasta making machine is the one where it rolls the dough. So whether I like it or not, I'm with you. I'm rolling this thing. And the goal, they say, is to roll it paper thin. To where you can literally, the word used properly, see through it. Literally, see through it. See through the pasta sheet. At this moment, I don't know how I'm going to get there. Hard to imagine that I'm going to be able to get it that thin. And I may be stuck with maybe a thicker fettuccine, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep trying. I know I'm making progress. I'm not going to pause the video because I'm going to assume that we're going to do this stuff together in real time, and you're doing it too. And having to pause and stop and go, it's not going to be as fun. Our shared, common experience. Making a pasta. They're making a pasta. I'm going to have to cut this because my my surface isn't big enough to keep going because it is getting large, which is a good sign. You can fold it. It'll unfold. All right. So now I can center this thing and go at it. I've got room in all directions. So I guess this is the only time-consuming piece. Right, cha. Rolling the pasta. Getting her good and flat. And I have not been known to be a man of much patience. I feel myself already wanting to go, okay, I'm good. I got pasta. cannot see through it yet. It looks pretty good to me. All right, that was good. Flipping it was a good thing to do. All right, I am going to start cutting this thing. Excuse me while I walk away, because what I got to do, you probably can't hear me, it's okay, I'll be back, is I'm going to okay, I'm back. I had to get my pizza cutter. And here I go. So I'm going to do half of this using this pizza cutter. The other half I'm going to use the machine, which I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to get as thin as I can. And I guess this is going to be called linguine. It is mildly enjoyable and satisfying. Yet time-consuming indeed. And, you know, had all the time in the world. Sure, why not? I happen to run a restaurant. So I'm thinking, okay, how many orders of pasta am I going to produce here? And how long will it take? And is it worth it? You know, in this business, there is definitely a price, time kind of relationship in terms of would I rather pay somebody to do this, or do I have this kind of time? Well, guess what? COVID gave me time. Sorry to say, sorry to admit. It's just a fact. Billy Joel song, Too Much Time on My Hands. I'm kind of getting a rhythm now. My cuts are even. I'm getting happier and more satisfied with what I'm doing. I'm a little bit excited about making a pasta. I'm going to stop when I get to what I think is one order. Like 8 ounces of cooked, or 8 to 10 ounces of cooked weight. Not cooked weight, just weight pasta. Fresh pasta does not change very much in the cooking process. Maybe it doubles one time in weight, whereas dry doubles 2 times. So 1 pound of dry pasta would produce 3 pounds of cooked, whereas 1 pound of fresh would produce only 2 pounds of cooked. Then the pasta needs to it needs to dry, and it needs to not be stuck together when it's drying. So, learning as I go. That in the cutting process, I've got to get them to separate, or it's going to be one big hot mess. It's not going to look like pasta, individual noodle, because these guys are already wanting to stick together. And in theory, not in theory, what they say is that pasta will dry in 30 to 45 minutes, and then you can refrigerate it after that. So I'm going to take a little pause right here. I'm going to regroup, and then we'll come back.